understandably so, some of us will have to create a new reality for ourselves. The same way that I was basically forced. It was as if I didn't want to see certain things. There were a lot of signs for me to be able to pick myself up and choose to do something different, but I was so tied into the belief systems, the honor your mother and your father, and your days will be long, right? The this is what we do. This is how we live. These are the rules and regulations we go by, right? They were not working out for me. Hence why I was self-destructing in such a way where I was doing things to basically poison myself. I have no issues with like people who consume whatever they consume. That's on them, right? But at a deeper level, when we're consuming drugs, when we consume alcohol, we're poisoning ourselves, right? We're intentionally doing it. And there's a reason why it's out there so much. Like why alcohol is there so much, why there are so many bars. It's meant to be like that to keep us binded and stuck. But that's a whole nother subject. We're going back to those structures and belief systems were no longer working. And so those structures and belief systems were no longer working for me. One, it was as clear as day what was happening, right? To the point that people were being hired to come in and poison me. Like it couldn't get any clearer. Even though I didn't know at that time that that was the situation, but later on as I healed, as I continue to heal, that was the reality of my situation. So again, I've overcome all of this. And so because I've overcome all of it, and not only did I overcome all of it, I came out of it without being bitter, without being resentful, without having shame for it, right? Because I understand that when we operate at a lower frequency, we might be hijacked by dark entities. That's what happens when we operate from unforgiveness, when we operate from hate, from shame, from guilt, from remorse, from jealousy, from envy, right? Those little tiny words that, she's just a little jealous. Some people take it to like Selena type of jealous. You know, the lady that unalive Selena? Yeah, like that. That's why it's important that we heal. So I have walked through that dark valley. I've come out of it. I've created a new reality for myself in which I am the main character in my story. And in my story, that pain, that betrayal, that hurt, that shame, that guilt, the spiritual warfare that was sent my way, all of that, we're going to use that for good. We're transmuting that into light. Yeah. I'm a master alchemist. That means that I transmute energy. I turn darkness into light, like a fairy. I'm serious. Even with the smear campaigns, right? As I was going through all of this, even with the smear campaigns and the people that I lost along the way, I'm grateful for that. The reason being that those people needed to go. So the garbage took itself out, right? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for everything that has been done to me because out of all of that, I gained a one-on-one relationship with the Most High God, Creator, Source. I stepped into my purpose. I woke up to who I am. I aligned with my purpose. And I'm moving forward towards that, right? And in that process, with everything that I went through, I'm able to help others come out of it, right? And then I also learned that a lot of the things that we went through, we were supposed to go through them because we chose. that path, right? So for those of us that are out here, well, I did this and I did that, and no matter what it was, my friend, most likely you were supposed to go through that. You were supposed to go through that. It was written in the stars that you were going to do this, this, and that, and now you just need to come out of it. What spirits were you operating under at that time? Or what spirit were these people operating under? And how do we get to forgiveness from there? And so I went off topic. I usually do this. I'm sorry. In order to create this new identity for ourselves, we have to detach. Well, it coincides with what I was just saying, and we have to detach, right? And to detach, all we have to do is look at the spirits the same way. Look at the spirits that were operating through these people, or to the place, whatever it is, place, person, or thing. What spirits are operating in whatever scenario it is, right? And one thing we do not do is we don't fraternize with the diabolical. If it's not adding, if it no longer resonates, move on. If you learned your lesson from it and the lesson continues to repeat, or if you're in a place where the same thing keeps repeating itself, keeps repeating yourself, but you've outgrown it, you need to remove yourself. The reason being that part of the journey is for you to go through things, for you to meet people, overcome it, and move on. If not, you keep going into the same karmic loop. It's part of the order of our contracts. If you notice, like, let's say you are at a workplace and the same thing continues to happen. It continues to happen with such and so, with such and so, with such and so. And you've already outgrown this, you need to remove yourself, because the common denominator there is you. And that goes with any type of situation, relationship, friendship, whatever it is. You have to remove yourself and move on. Put boundaries, set boundaries into place, and move on. Because it's about going to different levels. It's not for us to stay stuck in a certain place or to keep reliving the same thing that we've overcome already. It's for us to move on, and ascend, like that. It's like a game. But if we keep being stuck at level 1 and repeating level 1, then level 1 is what you're gonna get. So I hope this helped. I'll be back for more later.